unable to play this afternoon and because of the city ordinance.
And you're right, sir. You're right. Listen, you're right. Kyrie can play tomorrow. Get vaccinated.
Don't mess with Kyrie Irving. This man really knows how to make a statement. I mean, whether it's on the court or off the court, the man is firing back with a vengeance after all the BS that's been happening to him this past year. Now, before we get to the content, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and turn on our notifications to help this channel grow. Now that we get all that out of the way, cue the intro. I gotta be honest, man, I am absolutely blown away with where technology is going because I was able to learn so much about myself and my body based off of a very simple test I took from a genetic analysis company called Self-Decode. You'll be able to uncover all of these different insights about your DNA. They do this by using AI and machine learning, and they'll provide personalized health recommendations based off of your genome. But it doesn't stop there because Self-Decode also provides lab analysis and recommendations. And it's super easy to start. They send you a simple lab testing kit where you need to collect your sample and send it back to them. And once you're done, you get this, and I'm gonna share you a decent amount about myself just to give you an idea of how sick this is. Something a little bit personal about my family is we are very subject to insomnia, and Self-Decode was able to pick that up in their wellness report. Now, their wellness report is very detailed. I want you to know, like, they give you a lot of information about yourself, and when you go into this, there's more stuff about yourself that you can uncover, but I'm comfortable sharing sleep with you guys. So you go into insomnia and they start to give you a little bit of a lowdown. I have a pretty decent risk of insomnia. As you scroll down, since I have a slightly increased risk of insomnia, they provide solutions for you to help yourself avoid insomnia. And this is just one very brief example. I really thought this was such a cool test to conduct for myself. I want to get my entire family to do it, and luckily for me, they gave me a 25% off code. When you use my promo code TheFlightMike on Self-Decode, you'll get 25% off of your purchase. It's important to note that Self-Decode doesn't replace a doctor. It doesn't treat or diagnose any conditions you have. Rather, it's more of a means of getting to know yourself a little better. And I gotta admit, man, it's kind of crazy how they were able to hit so many parts of my personality just based off of a sample I was able to provide them. So use promo code TheFlightMike at Self-Decode to get 25% off your purchase. And thank you, Self-Decode, for the sponsorship. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? The last time I came on this channel, I was sticking up for an individual that I don't typically stick up for. I hope you guys use this opportunity to notice that I try to be as impartial as possible. I was one of Kyrie Irving's biggest critics pre-vaccination drama, not post-vaccination drama. I just didn't like the fact that at times he seemed a little entitled, especially when it came to his teammates. Right when him and Kevin Durant and the Brooklyn Nets teamed up with each other, he made it seem like the Brooklyn Nets needed even more teammates even before Kevin Durant stepped foot on the floor. Now that that's all behind us and he went through his anti-mandate drama, not anti-vaccination drama, but anti-vaccine mandate drama, which is a huge difference because I don't think Kyrie Irving is against vaccines. I think he's against the mandate of those vaccines. Ultimately, I feel like at this point, and I'm no genius or expert or anything, the momentum that the COVID pandemic had a few months ago has subsided significantly. And again, those of you that wanted to get vaccinated and are really concerned about COVID affecting your life had the opportunity and have the opportunity to get vaccinated. Kyrie Irving felt like it was unnecessary, so he didn't get vaccinated. This is all drama that was about 6 months old. The result of this drama led to Kyrie Irving losing one of his superstar teammates, James Harden. And a huge reason why is because of an unnecessary restriction that the new mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, is placing on Kyrie Irving and for the most part all of New York. Kyrie Irving theoretically is not allowed to play in his own home games currently with the Brooklyn Nets. Of course, there are other places that he cannot play as well. He can't play in New York, he can't play in Toronto, and that's just off the top of my head because he is not vaccinated. The fact that these restrictions are still being placed upon Kyrie Irving has definitely altered the Brooklyn Nets roster. I mean, do you think James Harden would want to leave the Brooklyn Nets if Kyrie Irving was full-time? I'm unsure because I don't know know what happened behind the scenes. No, they did not play one-on-one, and Kyrie Irving didn't beat James Harden up so badly that James Harden said he wanted to be traded, which, by the way, I've yet to be sacked by Ballsack Sports on Twitter. I'm hoping to keep it that way. But when Kyrie Irving does have the opportunity to make a statement, he has been doing a good job. Last week, he scored 50 points against the Charlotte Hornets off of a scorching 15 of 19 shooting and 9 of 12 from 3. Then he faced off against the Philadelphia 76ers, and of course, he wasn't as masterful, but he performed really well, going 22 points, 8 of 17 shooting, and 5 of 11 from 3. He wasn't able to play against the New York Knicks, but don't worry, he made a statement when he showed up to Madison Square Garden in the middle of a game and sat courtside without a mask, mind you. And then when he finally was able to play against the Orlando Magic, he dropped 60 points, going 20 of 31 from the field and 8 of 12 from 3. He had 4 steals to go along with that. Now, here's where things get really concerning. It's the fact that I don't necessarily know what the future is going to look like for the Brooklyn Nets. They're dealing with a similar problem that they dealt with last year. However, it's significantly more unusual. I mean, to give you an idea, Kyrie Irving was able to join his Nets teammates and coaches in the locker room at halftime and is able to move freely inside Barclays Center as a spectator, but he's not able to play. He was able to sit courtside to support his teammates at the Nets versus Knicks game on Sunday afternoon at Barclays Center. He's able to attend the game as a spectator, move freely, maskless, but cannot play due to the private sector mandate. Oh wait, I was actually wrong about that because the Brooklyn Nets were fined $50,000 for allowing Kyrie Irving to enter the locker room during a home game versus the New York Knicks. The playoffs are set to begin in a month from now, and Kyrie Irving's situation isn't looking any better. In addition to that, Ben Simmons has yet to make his debut for the Brooklyn Nets. This is where I'm a little concerned. This is where it's starting to affect the actual sport, and this is going to, without a doubt, alter Kyrie Irving's legacy significantly, and I'm not pointing the blame finger at him because this is absolutely bizarre. I've never seen a situation like this. The Brooklyn Nets had James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant go 13-3 every single time they played together. You would think they would run that back, but a vaccine mandate kind of alienated James Harden. So now you're going into year 2 of Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant both being healthy enough to play with one another, and now you're gonna have a vaccine mandate that could potentially sideline Kyrie Irving. You have Ben Simmons, who has yet to debut for the Brooklyn Nets. Who knows how that's going to affect their chemistry together? I have nothing to say about this than one, I think the vaccine mandate in New York that's currently in place is complete BS, especially if they are all unmasked. I don't think health should be overly politicized the way that it has been politicized, with all due respect. I respect every single person's decision to either get vaccinated or not get vaccinated, but this is a situation that is about to affect the NBA playoffs and Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving's legacy tremendously. It's really a shame to watch it as well, because in the beginning of the year, I had the Brooklyn Nets coming out of the East. And to be honest, I feel like some of the matchups that the Brooklyn Nets would get are extremely competitive in the NBA playoffs, but there's a chance that they go up against the Toronto Raptors in the play-in, and Kyrie Irving isn't going to be available for either of those games. So we're going to keep an eye on this, man, because it's really unfortunate what's going on in Brooklyn. It's sad that they're about to be sabotaged due to these external factors. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about all this. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.